In the vastness of the cosmos, there are worlds that defy our understanding. What we thought we knew about planets and other planetary systems is about to fall apart. With observations from advanced telescopes such as TESS, Kepler, Wien Observatory, and James Webb, we are discovering the chemical composition and atmospheres of distant worlds like never before. Today we are going to discover the most incredible and extreme planets that reveal the great truth that awaits us beyond our borders. We will enter the orbits of massive giants, where the firmament is colored with iron rains that defy the imagination and crystals that cry in an eternal dance. Throughout this astronomical journey, we encounter worlds that defy logic and awaken curiosity, offering visions that question reality as we know it. Get ready to embark on a space odyssey through the most amazing worlds we have discovered. 63 light-years away, in the Vulpecula constellation, there is a planet that exceeds imaginable limits. It is called HD 189733b, a gas giant orbiting an orange dwarf. At first glance, it would seem to us that it is a very beautiful blue exoplanet similar to Earth, due to the presence of silicates. But the eternal fog that surrounds it is home to a nightmare that defies the laws of nature. They call it the Cobalt Planet, and it's 1.25 times larger than Jupiter, with a scorching temperature of 700 degrees Celsius. We immerse ourselves in a dense cloudy atmosphere of silicates similar to grains of sand. The atmosphere contains water vapor and methane. This may be produced naturally or perhaps aerial life. If we go below the clouds, the silicate particles in their atmosphere turn into glass due to the high temperatures. But it is not an ordinary rain, it is a deluge of glass, accompanied by hurricane winds that roar at unfathomable speeds of 7,000 kilometers per hour, dragging silicate tears turned into blades that cut the very atmosphere. As we move away from this monster of space, we must remember that external beauty has nothing to do with internal beauty, where horror is often disguised as heavenly wonder. Our journey now takes us to one of the most extreme planets known, in the Hercules constellation about 1,500 light-years from Earth, WASP 103b, a huge gaseous exoplanet 1.5 times the mass of Jupiter and twice its size, but is shaped like a rugby ball, due to the pull of its white main sequence star that orbits it in just 22 hours. The temperature of this world is impressive. Reaches 2,211 degrees Celsius. Its atmosphere, swollen with hydrogen and helium, appears to be about to explode. This is nothing compared to what we are going to see now, LTT 9779b, 260 light-years from Earth. It's a planet the size of Neptune that shouldn't exist. Its characteristics are so aberrant that even the most audacious astronomers shudder at its mere existence. It is too close to its star, just 5 million kilometers from a yellow dwarf, and should have evaporated. It is so bright that it is called the Mirror Planet, with 1,650 degrees Celsius. A much colder temperature than expected, and preserves an atmosphere of helium, methane, and carbon monoxide. This planet becomes a cosmic enigma that raises more questions than answers. How can a hot Neptune in such an extreme environment maintain an atmosphere that defies scientific expectations? As we drift away into the great void of space, LTT 9779b remains a testament to the fragility of our cosmic understanding. 560 light-years away, Kepler 10b is nicknamed the tidally locked planet of a billion rays, or star. This rocky world, with 1.4 times the radius of the Earth, but 4.6 times its mass, has scorching temperatures of 1,300 degrees Celsius. It would make the iron boil like a blast furnace. On its surface, where gold, copper, and silver crumble and volcanoes roar in the shadows, scientists witness an unprecedented weather forecast. In the short span of 2 hours, Kepler 10b is predicted to witness between 100 million and 2 trillion cosmic lightning bolts. A storm that eclipses any known electrical fury on Earth. Some studies suggest that this planet has a pressure of more than 1,200 atmospheres and is full of lava. Any mountain or volcano is crushed by the pressure. No living organism or artifact could withstand that. It leaves behind it a trail of dust and gas due to the scorching heat. Next to this monster, Venus, it is a peaceful paradise. When we think we have seen the most infernal and extreme planet, another appears that surpasses the very nature of astronomical reality. We now travel to an incredibly rare planet. 580 light-years away, in the Auriga constellation, TOI 3757b, they call it the planet Sponge. It is so light that it has a density similar to cotton candy. If there was an ocean, I would float in it. Its density is 0.27 grams per cubic centimeter. It is a gas giant somewhat larger than Jupiter, about 150,000 kilometers in diameter. This planet should not exist either. It is not known how a red dwarf could have formed so close to its star. It only needs 3.43 days to completely orbit. It is also not known how its light atmosphere of hydrogen and helium is maintained and is not expelled, and even more knowing that red dwarfs are so active and strip any nearby planet of its atmosphere. It is another example of how little we still know about the planets in our universe. We are heading to one of the most inhospitable and terrifying worlds, 2,315 light-years away. The zombie planet, they also call it the poltergeist planet. It is a rocky planet somewhat larger than the moon that orbits around a pulsar. This causes it to be bathed in intense radiation. It was the first exoplanet discovered in 1992 and continues to hold the record for least massive. From the surface, gigantic beams of light momentarily illuminate a dark world that can never be inhabited. We arrive at the most chilling planet that has ever been detected, 750 light-years away, Trace 2b. It is the planet with the lowest known albedo. That means that it only reflects 1% of the light that reaches it from its yellow dwarf star. It is a planet blacker than charcoal or black acrylic paint. 1.2 times the diameter of Jupiter, it has a similar composition, with an overwhelming temperature close to 980 degrees Celsius. It is not yet known what makes it so dark, but it is suspected that it may be due to its lack of reflective clouds. It is like Jupiter but without clouds, revealing its surface of reflective liquid metallic hydrogen. Before us, the true face of a gas giant is revealed, making it the darkest known planet. We now head to the PH1 system, 5,000 light-years away, which surpasses everything known. It is a system of 4 suns, 2 pairs of stars that orbit each other. PH1 is a gas giant with dimensions slightly larger than Neptune. The 4 stars that pull it create an extremely complicated environment, and yet it seems that its orbit remains stable. Any satellite of this planet would look spectacular. With a view of PH1 and the presence of its stars in the sky, it is truly impressive. This is telling us that planets and stars are common and that stars always have protoplanetary disks, and then material clings to them. What is the scariest planet that can exist? Meet WASP 121b. 858 light-years away, a planet with iron clouds, titanium rain and extreme winds. An interplanetary hell, 1.81 times the radius of Jupiter, where the temperature exceeds 2,537 degrees Celsius, enough to evaporate iron and magnesium, elements that are released from the gravitational pull of the stellar monster that orbits. The ultra-hot Jupiter that defies all cosmic conventions, being an infernal sphere where the law of gravity twists into an oval horror. Similar to an American football, this world being literally angry from its atmosphere composed of water molecules and titanium oxide, presents a dantesque spectacle, where hydrogen and oxygen atoms separate like lost souls, in an exodus towards the face dark with winds of up to 18,000 kilometers per hour, and they recombine on the daytime side in an endless cycle. Corundum clouds circulate from one place to another on the planet in a matter of hours. The great diversity of cosmic nature is overwhelming. What more fascinating planets we will discover in the future from our perspective as tiny and ephemeral terrestrial beings. We realize that we are surrounded by inhospitable planets, and all of them seem designed to annihilate life. Planets like ours are like oases in a great desert. We are an accident, a miracle in the vast cosmic ocean. Once we cross the enormous distances of space, we will have to face great challenges. The universe is not as we had imagined. There are only dead worlds and extremes flooded with a chilling desolation. Great distances are impossible for us, and if that were not enough, we are limited by the speed of light. From our little blue marble, We must expand to other places and respect the only life we know. Maybe one day we will reach planets where we can live and start a new story beyond the stars.